up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. We are on day 4 of free week here at Real Life Trading. Man, you guys are piling in. Good morning, Chris. We got Bill in the house. Good morning. Brian's here. Enrico, good morning. Eric. We got Jenny, Paul. You guys, ooh, man. We got Ray, Marcus, Paul. The fam is here. The fam is here. Flo's in the house. Tony, what's up? Crystal, Francisco, Gregory Hill. All right, we got it popping. We got it popping. I can't even get through all the names. The market's gonna be closed. It's gonna be 4 p.m. It's gonna be 4 p.m. It's crazy. All right, let me do a screen share real quick. We'll find out what is happening in the market. Believe we did have some more earnings come out last night. Nothing too crazy. The only one that I really think is interesting is Wayfair, but there could be some others as well. Let me do a screen share of TradingView first. Let's get it going with TradingView first. New screen. Beautiful. All right, awesome. And we'll throw it up on the SPY. Baba seems to be a good gap. I didn't check out Baba this morning. Let me see. Renee, good morning. Jennifer, good morning. Also, if you guys, yes, sir, good morning as well. We've got David. You guys are still coming in. I can't keep up. Harold, good morning. Doug KK in the house. If you guys don't mind, just make sure the little blue tab in your chat pane is on everyone and not just host and panelist. Otherwise, only myself and a select few can see it. But obviously, if you want to talk bad about other people, then that's the way to do it. So far, nobody ever does that. So I would just suggest everybody flip it on to everyone. And you could also private, if you want to talk bad about me, you can private message people as well. Or you could actually put that on everyone too, because I mean, everyone's thinking the same thing. I get it. Where's this gap on Baba? That is a big gap. Whew. Let me flip this to an hourly. Let me flip this to an hourly chart. We're going to have a little bit of resistance probably somewhere on this one, 102.24. That's where I'm going to be looking for some kind of a break and then retest that number. And it might even happen pre-market on this one. That is a pretty strong gap. What I would love to see, I don't know if it happens, but I would love to see some kind of fade down to like 194, either pre-market. Hold that level, then break out higher. A problem with the problem with a lot of these gaps right now that happen is we're on legitimately week, almost a full 3 weeks of just run up. So you do have a lot of people buying that are going to be profitable wanting to sell. So every time we see a gap now, everything's moving with the market. So everything is kind of like that. Everything's kind of sitting in the same boat as far as when we get these gap ups, they're all retest gaps at this point, for the most part. Stephen King's in the house. What is happening? Good morning, Kelly. Matt R. You guys are still piling in. Let me see my YouTube fam. We got Richard in the house. Robert Fabrizio. Man, if you're not a male model, Fabrizio, I don't know. Peggy, good morning. The all access pass isn't showing up on your dashboard for free week. Interesting, Peggy. Let me see real quick, team, if I could just fix this real quick. Bear with me 1 second, because it's obviously still there. My guess is, Peggy, you might have 2 accounts. That's my guess. Let me see 1 second. Search. Peggy. Some of you guys are saying that the free week is not showing on your dashboards. I mean, in the actual chat, I think a bunch of you guys are here on free week, right? And there's no problem with the icon for you guys in the chat pane. Yep. So most of you guys, most of you guys saying no problem. A couple of you guys are saying it just disappeared. Bear with me 1 second, guys. I just want to, if there's a way I could just fix this real quick for some people, that would be fantastic. I don't know if I can get to everybody, but I just want to see at least Peggy's dashboard, see what's happening real quick as to why. I'm not even showing dashboard for you, Peggy. That's weird. Very strange. Try one more time. And I think Matt DeLong is away. Okay. 1 second, team. I just want to see. I don't want anybody left out in the cold. It's very weird. Pastes good. Yeah, not sure. And what I'm going to try to do is just share the link for Zoom in YouTube for you guys so that you guys are able to come in today and have that. But also I've noticed sometimes when I comment my own YouTube channel, it doesn't really go through sometimes. And I don't know why that is either, but actually is Thomas Wong here? I don't know if Thomas Wong is able to go grab the link from this and be able to post that into the YouTube chat. I feel like if somebody knows how to do it, because I'm not even showing how to do that on mine. We'll get you figured out, Peggy. Yeah, Cindy, from the Zoom meeting. For some reason, it should say like invite people, but it doesn't for me. So I don't know if you have. Oh wait, hold on. I think I got it. Maybe I'll grab that link for you, and then if somebody could throw that onto the YouTube channel, that'd be great. Could be anybody. Mute all. Invites. Copy invite link. Can somebody throw this link into the YouTube channel? Because for me, it doesn't let me post on my own thing. And that would be awesome. And then anybody from YouTube, if you want to, if you're having trouble with your dashboards and need to get in, otherwise I don't want to just slow down the room anymore. But that link should get you guys into YouTube. So if anyone could just post that into the Real Life Trading Live YouTube, that would be tremendous. This way we get all you guys in and enjoy the rest of the day until we figure out what's going on. For everybody else in YouTube that is not able to get in, if you guys could just shoot me an email, send it to support@reallifetrading.com. And then as soon as I jump off the mic, I'll try to figure out what's going on with your accounts. But yeah, Peggy, I don't know. I'm not able to even get into yours, which is weird. Very strange, very strange. Either way. All right. So let's take a look at the SPY. The SPY itself, we were actually gapping up, I think, at one point pre-market when I first looked. Since then, it looks like we sold off a little bit. Let's do a quick wave count on an hourly chart just to see where I think we might be at. This potentially is some type of a 1, even if this is a 1, 2, 3, this could be 4. This whole thing could be 4, and this is 5, and then maybe we fade. We are still above the 10 EMA, and obviously we've been super strong in this market. Doesn't make me really love shorting, but we are below yesterday's VPOC. We're still kind of holding into the high volume range of yesterday. So if we start to really break down, I think on SPY, somewhere around this 414.34 zone, that would get us to roughly at least minimum 413.33. That should be a decent spot. That would probably meet us right at the 10 EMA. So that gives us a little bit of potential downside if we break. But I'm going to be watching the high volume area from yesterday, which is 414.91. See if we could break, hold that level, and then maybe we do another leg up. But this market's super strong. It makes very challenging times to want to short this thing for sure. Qs looks a little bit stronger. So the Qs do look stronger as the SPY itself is gapping down a little bit. This one's actually holding yesterday's VPOC right now, opening above it. So maybe we get a little retest down to 322.98. What's up, Hector? So 322.98 would be the support zone that I would be looking for that to hold. Maybe again, we get a little bit of a retest. Again, every time something gaps up, we should expect people wanting to take profits after just massive runs. So we'll see if those levels hold. But Qs, I mean, the SPY itself does look a little bit weaker in general. That would give us tech being a little bit stronger. Let's take a look at Tesla. All right, we got Tesla. So this is setup that I did yesterday. After I got off the mic, I got in a little bit earlier than the Johnny trade. I was able to score a decent win on that one. That was like a 2.1R win, pushed me positive for the day. So that was solid, which was that previous trade. I was trying to go for a 4R trade. If we could break out, which we are right now. So this is what I was looking for yesterday. Again, we are gapping up. It is a retest gap, so we'll be patient at open. But this is exactly what I wanted to happen yesterday, and we just could not get that little momentum. We're now on the tailgate end of the volume that has to hold if you are a bear, right? So if we start breaking this, which I would argue that really the spot was probably somewhere in this 927, 928. Let's see if we get a little retest. Very bullish on Tesla, though, at least for now, until we start getting back into those heavy volume areas where we just see some chop. But this is a very good sign, especially if we could buy a dip on Tesla. That's a really nice gap. We legitimately like $1 higher, and there's zero in the way from being a relatively big, massive day on Tesla. So let me just add an alert real quick, see if that pulls back and sets the alert off. That would be very interesting. But Tesla does look good as far as the ability to move, whether it does or not. I mean, if the entire market opens and crashes, that's not going to be good for Tesla. I don't really see that happening, especially with the Qs being strong. But any type of pullback, I think, should be bought up on Tesla because there's only a lot of volume below it, which is going to act as support. Amazon, same thing. So this was our key area on Amazon. Right now, we are gapping down a little bit. Let's see if we get a pullback maybe to somewhere in the 138.29 zone. Let me add an alert. I'll do it for a little bit higher just so we get some time to prepare trades. But let's see if we get a little bit further of a pullback into that zone. We'll watch it. Again, on the hourly chart, still above the 10 EMA. I still think we're a little bit stronger. Fiddle Faddle, same thing. Yeah, Fiddle Faddle, there's a link that we posted prior. So if you guys are in YouTube and not able to get in, I'll also try to keep the YouTube link open maybe for an additional 5 minutes, just in case we have some stragglers that are still trying to get in the dashboard, but they're having issues, and we'll post that link over. What volume indicator? That's Lux Algo. Yep. That is a Lux Algo. Which again is just it's not a free one in TradingView. You do have to pay Lux Algo for this, and they do other things too. So this is the main one I use. If you guys are in Slack and want to reach out to Paige, I know Paige also has Lux Algo too, and I think he used it for a lot more stuff. This is really the only one I found. I should probably look more into probably some of the indicators. I did, but just my trading style is very more simplistic. NVIDIA could be in for a very strong day as well. This dotted line is the heaviest volume in a much longer time period. We are slightly gapping above it. I would be bullish probably to a minimum of, I think this one could at least run to about 192.93. We'll see if that one can continue the momentum train. We also have untested VPOC all the way back at 195.56. So probably a little lower than that, 195.35-ish. So we have some good room on NVIDIA. So NVIDIA and Tesla both top of my list to watch. Again, we did have a good, massive run yesterday. Let me see if this VPOC was tested. So here we broke it. We did come down for a retest. And so yeah, that one's already been retested. We have the ability to pop out higher. Obviously, with a 10 EMA, we're not higher than the high of yesterday as of yet. I think Tesla was the same. Or did Tesla is actually gapping up higher. Yep. So Tesla's going to be in play right from the get-go. So Tesla would have to be number 1 on the list. NVIDIA, number 2. AMD. So AMD, we have a penny gap down. So not much activity after hours. Still in the high of yesterday, but not breaking out. And we should have a support somewhere slightly below, somewhere in the 97, 98 zone. So this thing can hold. That would give at least initial target up to 99.40. Not a huge range right out of the gate. Obviously, if this thing starts to break higher, we should have some room. But for right now, that would have to be my target. So I'd probably not put that high on my list. I would put NVIDIA a little bit higher than that and see until I see a little bit more, at least from AMD. Again, NVIDIA earnings were killer. AMD's not they weren't bad, but they weren't as great. I've seen much worse. Delta has nothing in the way at all. Delta could actually be a very good play today. First target on Delta, probably about 34.04. Gives us about 70 cents. And then after that, if that does break, I mean, 35 could be in the range. So let me just throw, and that's a Delta looks perfect on a breakout scenario. Creating higher highs, higher lows. I mean, we could potentially even, I don't think we see this today, but I think we probably get into eventually about the $38 range for Delta. Looking at another target, 36. But yeah, probably I would assume at least $35 could happen today if we have a very strong day. Otherwise, first target on this one where I probably want to sell at least partials somewhere in that $34 range. So $34, sell some partials, see if we get the breakout, and then, I mean, start looking much deeper in the bullish direction. NVIDIA has not had earnings yet. I thought they, oh, no, never mind. Yep. I was, never mind. Pelosi. It was the Pelosi pump, not earnings pump. My bad on that one. All right, let's take a look at PayPal. And I think I do want to look at Wayfair as well, because that one is gapping. And I think it's doing something different than the rest of the market. And that one's on earnings too. So we will see. But there's a lot of buy the dippers in this market. Be very careful of. This market just feels dirty and slimy, right? You're like, I can't go up forever. But we've seen this before. I think a couple months ago these rips might be much bigger than even that one. I think it was a 10-day just nonstop bullish move. And you're like, this thing has got to come down eventually. And it did to much lower lows, but not before we just ran like crazy people. PayPal might have a little bit of resistance that we're at now. We'll see if that one wants to continue. PayPal obviously has a lot going on with the activist investor. So you're still seeing some of that bullishness in PayPal. Probably won't want to play that today. So decent gap down today on Wayfair. This one, I believe, is a bearish gap and go. Are we clearing yesterday's pivot, though? That's the only question. Right now, we're not. Yeah, so I don't know how far we got pre-market on this one, but probably 57.63 would be some kind of, I would assume, some type of support for Wayfair. I thought we were going to clear yesterday, which we didn't. So still inside on that one technically, but I believe trapping a lot of bulls. Lucid. This one could be good. So the only concern for me on Lucid would be this little support zone that we're in. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 different VPOCs right at this range. So I would assume somewhere in this $18.16, especially potentially creating some kind of double bottom. Again, this is where the bulls bought it up last time. For right now, I would assume that this should be some type of support down here. If we do start to break this $18.04 mark and we really start to hold it, and it's not a trap or anything like that, I would assume that this thing has room now down to $17. So make a full dollar at least down to the downside on this one. So we will see. But yep, Lucid definitely gapping down. Let's see what else we got. Spotify is not doing anything crazy. A little retest gap on Spotify. I would have to wait for a slight little pullback on that one. Disney, I have not checked into for a minute. Clorox. What is that one? CLX, I believe. Is that correct? Yep. Clorox. Is this earnings? Reported. So this one's gapping down. At least for trading view earnings, didn't look as bad as it looks. But right now, yeah, into a little bit of support right here. So watch this level, 135.97. We're very, very close to that pre-market. If this one breaks, yeah, I would probably be looking for more continuation. Otherwise, the way I would look to play this one is, even though it's a retest gap, just because we're into that little bit of support, I would see if we could get some kind of a push higher, maybe into about 141, somewhere up there, and then look to short it. Would be I think a stronger move. Short this one as high as you could, just because we are sitting right at that little bit of a support for right now. If at open this thing breaks and holds immediately, then I would be looking for a retest into that move. So if this thing opens, drops, I'd be looking for something like that. If it doesn't, I'd be waiting for this, seeing if that is some kind of support, see if you get the bounce, and then probably look for some type of a fade from that point. But definitely a bearish gap and go. It's just into a support zone. Thomas R says Melly, which is a Chinese stock, I believe. And since Bob is gapping, this one's probably gapping up as well. Is this a Chinese stock? Or am I thinking Billy? I might be thinking Billy. But this one is gapping up. We've run up into this gap. We are at some type of resistance. I'd probably be looking for a fade on this one. So I'd be looking for this one to come down to a decent extent. Good volume came in yesterday. Brazil. Okay, might be a Brazilian stock. Crushed earnings per share, and came in a bit higher, about almost 3.5%, just above 3.5% above expected revenue. So a strong little pump on this one. Again, we have a little bit of support. I would be curious where this 50% retrace is. Let's draw that out since we have a couple minutes. 50% is right at the 10-14 zone. So maybe pushes a little bit higher and then looking to come. But that's a good retrace zone for that last little dip. So again, we could probably add it to the list. In fact, I will, just to see what happens on it. MELI. But it is gapping into a decent spot where I would expect people to want to take some kind of a profit. Let's throw this up higher on the list. Don't even think I added it. Let me see. MELI. Yeah, I think it's Billy, I think, is the Chinese stock. All right, now it should be added again. Bring this one up. Because if it fades, I think I'd rather almost play the. I think I almost want to play the retest on this one because it's got a ton of room in it, like a lot, like a lot of room. We could do some damage if this thing does want to fade. All right, Coinbase. Let's see what Coin's doing. Coin had a pretty good week so far. I do know that. And this one, nice little gap up to $103. I thought crypto was dead. No one's worried about crypto, Coinbase bankruptcy anymore. That's it. We're all bullish. All right. Yeah, really nice gap up again, retest gap. So don't want to jump in at the open. We are at right now a VPOC, could go a little bit higher, maybe even up to this 115 zone. Coins definitely gonna have to be added to. I think I already have this one on the list somewhere. Coinbase. Nope, maybe not. Let's throw coin up here. We'll watch it, what this one does. Again, it is a retest gap, but it is a really nice gap. Did they have earnings? Is that what happened on these guys? Let me see. No, they have it on the 9th. I don't think that's today yet. ACI for swing still on it. Was that an official one? I know I don't have a position in it. That might have been one of the guys from the afternoon rooms. ACI. I could check that in a little bit on the other sheet, but yeah, ACI. I don't know the position on this one. I'd have to double check the official journal. My guess is that they're probably still in. I don't really see anything crazy, but this one is gapping down. This should be a retest gap, so I would imagine at least worst case, this probably gets it back up to 2678 today. But I would have to check the official one. Coin deal with BlackRock. Coin making some moves. Snow with a little gap up. SNOW. So no, yeah, a little bit of gap down, still inside day range though. I would have loved to see a little bit lower, and then we got VPOC, previous VPOC, which should be some kind of support at this point, somewhere in the 154.28 zone. So not really gapping too crazy, but it is gapping. It is a gap down. I did not get yesterday's swing trade video. It was sent out. So who's that? Trump one? Yeah, so it was sent out. Sometimes the email carriers block certain emails, so that could be. I'll see if I could get you a copy somehow. Do you want to just email me, Trump one, at support@reallifetrading.com, and then as soon as I jump off the mic, I'll try to locate a copy of that for you. Would you hold calls for tomorrow, or too crazy of a deal on Square coming into earnings tomorrow? So it depends on this one. It depends. If you, when you got into your trade, you knew that earnings were coming and you were planning for it, then I would obviously follow the plan and hold it. I don't know if I personally would initiate a new position on anything the day before earnings for me personally, unless you are fully aware of the risk. If I was to do it, it would be absolute zero strategy. So meaning that if I buy some calls on it or puts on it, whichever the case, I would be willing to lose the entire amount, and that amount would be an R. So just keep that in mind. So you could play earnings prior to it, but just have an absolute zero strategy. If you're already in it and you have multiple contracts, multiple shares, whatever the case, and if it's, all right, so let me rephrase that. If you have multiple calls and you're profitable in those calls, which I assume that you should be, I would sell some, maybe hold some if you're okay with the risk again, and see what happens with those. But if you have shares and it's a long-term investment, I would not sell it. If it's if you have shares and it's set up and designed for a swing trade, I'd probably be looking to almost exit today, because you're probably profitable if you're bullish on Square shares, but earnings could be lottery tickets. If it does anything like PayPal does, I mean, this is definitely a absolutely clobbered and hammered stock. And right now we are seeing a lot of growth names start coming back. So I think there is some buy the dippers in there. I think that reduces a little bit of risk. But again, Theta, even if this one keeps it within the expected move, Theta could kill you by itself. All right, the market is open. Like I said, YouTube, I'm going to keep you guys around for about an extra 5 minutes, just in case anybody has issues, as I know that we have a little bit of issues getting into the trade room. But we do have the, if you guys want to scroll up, click that little Zoom link. That will take you to hang out and trade with us all day for right now. Chris McCoy posted, Jeremy posted ACI trade in the swing trade room on Slack. ACI bullish swing trade. Let me just see what this one looks like real quick. We have 3 minutes regardless to Also, for some reason, my computer clock is off by like 3 minutes from actual real time. It's very crazy. So yeah, it looks like it's still open, but it does not look like they got triggered into the trade yet. So that one still looks good, even though we are gapping down today. Obviously, you're not getting filled on this trade. To me, it does not look like you got filled unless I'm missing something as of yet. Let me flip this over to the hourly. Oh, I got to hit play on that one. Okay. Man, technology, crazy. All right, so Tesla fading a little bit. I am going to watch this one closely. Again, we just needed to move a little bit higher. I would actually almost say if we could take a break on Tesla. Dang it. Let me share my other screen because I got to get the pre-market. I gotta start looking at those 10 EMAs if we're going to take official plays. But anything above that little red candle forming so far, I like it bullish. I just don't know if it's going to be an official 10 EMA play or not. Tesla. This is 5 minutes. Let me flip this to a 3 minute. So right now we're below on extended hours, but above on non-extended hours, which is fine. I kind of like this play. This is going to be a wide candle. That's the only issue with that. I would almost like to go bullish now on Tesla, but 934.32. Let's see how this one looks. 934.32. This is going to be wide. 926.54. 926.54. I mean, all things considered, it's not that crazy wide. We need 945. Okay. If this candle, no, it's got to close red. We might not have the ability to take this play yet. We will see. We do know we are above it on the extended hours, which is good. Yep, got in on the 1 minute. I like it. All right, we're getting another potential setup. This one's going to take us a little higher, I think. 938.01, it looks like. 938.01. And we will see. So I'm going to set it up. Again, this one now has to close above the 10 EMA. Personal day trade. Tesla. 938.01 by 926.54. I'm also going to try to take this one in the funded account too. So I'm going to try to get that set up, but only if this one closes above the 10 EMA will this be an actual order. So just keep in mind, I just put it in the chat for you guys so that you are aware of the setup. And I got to try to get the Where's official day trades? Nope, it's going green already. So we might have to still wait. Let's see. And 8 cap. Real time, I still got another 30 seconds before this could be set up, but let's see. The order pending by stop. Tweets. 938.01. 926.54 is the stop. And for right now, we'll go 954.07 is target. And not red, so not an order yet. Gotta unfortunately keep waiting for me. It's things swim slow for others. Mine seems to be lagging a little bit. Mine I've no issue yet. Can't say that I have an issue yet. The only thing is my actual thinkorswim time doesn't match my clock time on the computer, but I think that's more the computer fault than thinkorswim. Delta was interesting pre-market too. So we did say Delta has some room to run. Let's see, 33.41. SPY is a little bit weaker than the Qs though, so I kind of want to go more tech, but 33.19 is the stop. 0.19 is the stop. My personal day trade DAL 33.41 by 33.19. That's how that would look. Copy. This one I'm going to take in my regular account, not my funded. Paste. All right, so we'll see if we get filled in on Delta. The Delta Dawn. And YouTubers, I'm going to probably disconnect from YouTube. So again, if you're struggling to get into the room, scroll up above. The link should be there. You guys can come hang out with us, but we do have to close the link down for YouTube as soon as I get my order out here for Delta. All right. All right, cool. I got it set up, so we'll see if that gets filled. And then, all right, YouTubers. Once again, the link. Let me. I'm gonna try copying and pasting it one more time. But again, sometimes when I paste in my own comments for whatever reason, it does not work. But I'm gonna throw out that link for you guys again in case you guys are having trouble getting into the free week this week. I'm filled in on Delta. YouTubers. Be easy and.